Let's talk about how level syncing, more precisely item level syncing, actually works. When you enter a duty where you're synced into a certain item level, the following happens. Your current gear is compared against the piece of gear of the target item level. Its stats are reduced to the maximum allowed for a piece of gear of that item level. If an item is above that item level, materia on it stops providing additional stats. If it's equal or lower, materia stays. You can see the maximum allowed stat by having a piece of high quality gear of the target item level. Allowed weapon damage, defense, and main stats will simply be that which is on the gear. Allowed substats can be shown by opening the meld menu. The amount allowed is the amount listed at the bottom. The important thing to note when choosing a piece of synced gear is whether or not it will cap both substats or not, but thankfully that's pretty easy to determine. Firstly, have a piece of gear of the target item level and compare it yourself against your current. If the lower substat on current gear is the same or higher than the higher substat on the target piece, it will cap both when synced down. The Endwalker dungeon, Smileton, has an item level sync of 600, the same item level as Augmented Radiance equipment, which we have some of here to compare to current gear. Augmented Radiance Mail of Casting has 257 direct hit, the maximum allowed for the target item level, 180 spell speed, and 72 of another stat from Materia, for a total of 509 substat points. An Ascension Robe of Casting, the best one available at level 90, has 292 spell speed and 204 direct hit. Because 204 is less than the allowed 257, we know even at first glance that we do not want to use this piece in this dungeon if we can help it. 257 in one stat, 204 in the other, and no materia, for a total of 461 substat points, less than the Augmented Radiance Mail gives. A Dark Horse Champion's Code of Casting from the current Savage tier, on the other hand, seems a lot more desirable. It has 374 critical hit and 262 direct hit. Both of those are higher than the allowed 257, so they're both synced to 257, and no materia, for a total of 514 substat points, meaning it's better than Augmented Radiance Mail. For smaller pieces though, the logic may not hold quite the same. Augmented Radiance Gloves of Casting have 162 spell speed, 113 direct hit, and 72 from materia, for a total of 347 stat points. Dark Horse Champions Half Gloves of Casting have 236 critical hit and 165 spell speed. Both of those are synced to 162 and materia is nullified, for 324 substat points, which means the higher level piece is actually worse. This logic is what causes those weird gear sets you might have seen for Ultimate that use a whole mismatch of gear spanning multiple expansions. Sometimes having a synced piece cap both substats isn't actually better than the current piece retaining the ability to use materia. But if you are using a synced piece, then your pool of options is huge. One area where level sync works quite weirdly is in duties that have no listed item level sync, but still have a normal level sync. The Shadowbringers dungeon, Matoya's Relic, has a level sync of 80, but no listed item level sync. So one would expect that the sync is just the best obtainable gear at 80, which is easily testable. When I switch from my Ascension Twin Fangs to my Edenmorn Twin Fangs, my dexterity and vitality increase? I think it would be fair to extrapolate from that weapon damage also increases. That can't be right. If I were to instead switch between Augmented Crypt Lurker's Twin Fangs and Ascension Twin Fangs, my dexterity and vitality would be the same on both, like both less than Edenmorn. When there is no listed item level sync, the target item level appears to be the tome cap for that expansion, meaning that any on-level gear that is better than a tome piece, such as Savage or Relic weapons, cheat the system, bypassing the sync and becoming substantially better than synced pieces. Additionally, knowing that when no sync is tone cap, we can now find sync down threshold, that being the minimum item level needed to cap both substats when synced down to each level cap, and those are shown on screen now. No current gear in 7.1 can cap both at level 90 I660, but future gear will be able to. You'll notice that current gear hits all of these, but this is mainly for if you want to make a gear set specifically for sync down purposes. In a sync down set, deliberately dropping item level for better substats is okay, just be sure to stay within the thresholds in terms of where you use that gear. For example, if you deliberately go below I650 in any slots, maybe don't use the set at level 80. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you found it informative, please consider commenting. My feed delivers them to me from all over my channel, regardless of how the video is. Happy Starlight everyone, and I hope to see you again soon.